Hello, this is a free call from
Jodi Lee Miles.
an inmate at
Maryland Correctional Adjustment Center.
You may start the conversation now.
I'm just about to get in the bath, so I'm going to put you on loudspeaker, okay?
Okay.
Now what you got to say, bitch?
Are you going to shave your hairy man leg?
I sure am.
Phone calls are Michaela's entire relationship with her fiancé. As for the last 12 years, he has been on death row in Baltimore, USA. They've been together for nearly 2 years.
I like him to hear the hot running water. I like him to hear the bubbles, the foam going in, and he can hear me playing about with the water and making it all nice and fluffy, just especially for me. And as long as he's on the phone, he can hear what I'm doing. I'm bringing him into the real world, which is something he's not had.
In 1998, Jodi Lee Miles was found guilty of murdering Edward Joseph Atkinson by shooting him in the back of the head. Jodi claimed he acted in self-defence. He was acquitted of premeditated murder, but convicted of first-degree felony murder and sentenced to death. Michaela also believes that her fiancé acted in self-defence.
I don't class Jodi as a murderer. I class him as somebody in the wrong place at the wrong time. But having said that, doesn't make it right for what he's done. And to be honest with you, I really, really do feel for the victim's family. He regrets what he's done. So we work through that. We talk about it. If there's anything we could do, if there is anything we could do for the victim's family, believe you me, I would make sure he did it. But we can't.
Michaela is 43 years old and a divorced mother of 3. She's currently unemployed, but spends most of her time campaigning against the death penalty.
My fascination began when I looked online and I saw a botched execution, and I saw that this poor man suffered drastically, and I just couldn't understand the laws in America that they actually allow this to happen. I thought to myself, I want to get involved in this. I need to get involved in this. I don't believe in an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And they say that's in the Bible. I am very sorry. That is just plain stupid. Nobody has the right to take anyone's life. I actually looked at the pro-death sites and I saw what they were saying. Then I came across somebody all on their own trying to fight these people off. And I thought, you poor cow, you're doing it all on your own. And I really felt sorry. And they were lashing out to this particular person. And I just thought that was wrong.
This made Michaela get involved further with the death penalty, and she began writing to 3 inmates. One of them was 38-year-old Jodi Lee Miles.
I found Jodi from a friend of mine's website called Pen Pals Behind Bars. And at first I thought he weren't the full ticket, because he used to write things about food, because he's got this thing about food. And that's great with me, because I can talk about food till like the cows come home. What sort of things he would eat and what sort of things I would eat. So that was our letters, basically. It was about food.
Michaela's had difficult relationships with men in the past, and when she began writing to Jodi, the last thing she was looking for was any romance. But a few months after they began corresponding, Jodi wanted to be more than just friends.
Okay, I'll be honest now. When he wrote a letter saying things, I stopped writing, and he thought he'd done something wrong. And I knew that I couldn't leave him in limbo, as if, you know, he's done something, because he hadn't done anything. It was me that thought to myself, oh, God, I've given him And I'd read about this, you know, loving a prisoner, loving a death row inmate and all that shit. But to be honest with you, I didn't think it would happen to me. Although it's not something I'm proud of, it does happen, and it's not a bad thing.
Six months into Michaela and Jodi's relationship, they had their first phone conversation. All prisons have different rules on inmates using the phone, and Michaela and Jodi are able to speak to each other every day. It's allowed them to get to know one another very well.
I've got something to tell you.
What?
Don't be angry now.
What?
It was a spare of the moment thing. I had a tattoo done.
No, you didn't.
I did so.
No,
And
you did not.
it's really hurting.
Where is it at?
That's why I'm really agitated. Across my forehead. Where do you think it is? On my right chest.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You won't show your ass to a doctor. You're going to try and tell me that you got your boob tattooed. You are so full of malarkey. Swear on my life. I think that, one day,
Spit it out. I'm only winding you up, you idiot.
Michaela and Jodi can carry on like this for ages.
she's got such a weird sense of humor and mind that I find it hilarious. She'll wait till somebody gets around here and then she'll tell me, get on your knees and yell, I'm your bitch or something. And if it puts a smile on her face and makes her happy, why not?
Oh, shut up, for God's sake, moaning. Well, I wound him up because it keeps him on his toes. It makes him more wary of what I'm going to come out with next. If he gets up, he's in a foul mood or he's in a bad mood. It doesn't take me long to snap him out of it. I've never felt this much secure with somebody that I can talk just quite openly about anything.
You have 1 minute left.
Are you doing a happy dance now?
Yeah, I'm doing a happy dance all around the sitting room. I can't wait to get off the phone because you're boring me to tears.
No phone sex for you. You're going to be acting like that. That's it. That's none. I love you, but you're not getting no phone sex tonight. That's it. Every time the phone says 1 minute left, my eyes will get a little worried because I don't know if the phone's going to work again. I don't know if, her phone's going to work again. So is that going to be the last call for even a while, or even a day? That's how much I look forward to just hearing her voice again. Even if she's angry, it just means that much to me. She means that much to me. And I love her with all that I am.
Phone access allows Michaela and Jodi to have a more interactive relationship than they could with just letters. But constantly waiting in for the phone to ring can make Michaela feel like she's a prisoner in her own home.
As I remember, I was promised it never happened.
You'll get them when I'm ready.
That's what you said 400 years ago.
Oh, for God's sake, don't keep on at me.
People do have a lifespan, right? And,
Yes, and I have a lifespan too. I've had enough. It gets me so angry at times. I do feel trapped. It's like sometimes I don't want to go out just in case I miss his call, just in case something's happened in there, and I basically live here 24/7. I go out to do my shopping, and that's only for like 20 minutes, half an hour. So I'm back in time just so I can get his call. But then I've got a counter on my phone so I can see if I go out how many times, because that's the first thing I focus on as soon as I come home. I go straight to the counter and see how many missed calls I've got. But I've chose this. Nobody's pushed me into doing this. I've done it all by myself.
Michaela is dedicated to Jodi and often lives her life on American time. She goes to bed after her last phone call with him at 2:45 a.m. and gets up around 1 p.m. But her main priority is being a mum. Her two daughters, 12-year-old Emma and 22-year-old Fiona, both live at home.
My children always come first. If it means the children are going to get hurt, then I wouldn't do it.
Despite putting her children first, Michaela couldn't bring herself to tell her girls that she was in love with a man on death row. She said that Jodi works on a farm, and in his pictures, he's in fancy dress. Michaela and her death row fiancé have been romantically involved for almost 2 years. Michaela did tell her 2 daughters that she was involved with Jodi, but she couldn't bring herself to tell them he's in prison.
I didn't think it was fair to tell the kids that I was actually talking to somebody on death row. Who in their right mind writes to people on death row is all I kept thinking to myself. And for my kids to know that I was actually writing to someone, not just writing to them, but also talking to them, I just didn't think they needed to know.
Michaela's youngest daughter, 12-year-old Emma, began speaking to Jodi around a year ago.
I'm trying to think of a joke. Oh yeah, my mate told me one the other day. He goes, you're so dumb you fell over a wireless control. And I said, I went to him, I don't get it. And he goes, well, that's because you're blonde. I thought, it's not funny.
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't get it.
They laugh and joke and talk about stupid things. But it makes him laugh, and she laughs as well. To begin with, I didn't think it would come to my kids getting involved, even speaking to him. But I just thought it would be okay. I didn't see any wrong in it, and I still don't.
I tell him my jokes. As I used to sing to him, and we tell jokes about Mum and say what we're gonna do when he comes, and it's just really funny.
She's my little tater tot. You know, she wants to get on the phone and she likes to wind me up and she likes to tell me jokes and wants me to tell her jokes all the time. And I try and give her, you know, my opinion on things, and she thinks it's funny. You know, I don't know why. I guess because we have the same mentality. I don't know. But I think the world of Emma.
Despite Emma speaking regularly on the phone to Jodi, up until just 1 week ago, she and her sister believed he worked on a farm.
Well, I used to go to upstate New York, and I said that's where I met him. So that's the first lie. Well, I told him that he was a farmer and he also did radio shows. But the thing with Emma is she kept asking, well, when's he going to come and visit? When's he going to come and visit? And I said, oh, when he finishes his work. So that was a lie. I knew it was going to come out in the end, but it needed to come out.
Michaela's eldest daughter, 22-year-old Fiona, did have a suspicion that Jodi is in prison.
Well, this is the actual picture that got me into trouble, because he's actually got a waist chain on with a handcuff to the front. And the first thing I thought of was fancy dress.
Basically, I said, you've got to be joking. He can't be in handcuffs all around the house, like the same picture. You really, that excuse would work with a 3-year-old. I'm not 3. I felt like she'd betrayed me a bit because she lied to me about it in the first place. And it didn't make me want to trust anything she said after that.
I did feel relief once I told them. But I also felt like the dishonesty, it was eating away at me, and I didn't realise it. And when I did tell them, I felt better for telling them, but I also felt I wish I'd told them sooner.
Fiona is struggling to come to terms with her mum lying to her. She also finds it difficult that Michaela is in a relationship with a man on death row.
Why didn't you say it? Why can't we talk?
Why should I have to?
But then why should I have to?
Because you're the mother.
But this is not a mother and daughter relationship, Fiona.
No, but, like, you have to try and work at it.
Because I've brought somebody in that you know nothing about, that you've got the biggest opportunity ever to ask me about, I'm here.
What I want to know is, what are you going to do if he does get executed? What would you do after that?
What would I do after that? I don't think we should really talk about that sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's something I want to know.
I don't need to go down the road of the executions, right?
OK, but I was asking you a question. You don't
No,
remember
I don't want to listen to that. You know, that goes over my head. That is there, Fiona. If you knew the amount of people that I know now that's been executed, you wouldn't even want to go there yourself. You'd be a mental wreck.
But I don't know. That's the thing.
Exactly. And you don't want to know.
If anything bad was to happen to Jodi, I feel like we would all suffer because her life is dedicated to this. If he was to be executed, then I think not only Mum's like passion would die, but inside she'll die. I think my mum would take it really badly.
Michaela's relationship with Jodi has put a real strain on her home life, and she's prepared to go through all this for a man she's never seen. Despite being together for almost 2 years and speaking on the phone, Michaela and Jodi have never actually met.
Well, it's going to change very soon, so I'm going off to see him very shortly, and I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to put him just in front of me, just so I can see him. I don't think he's going to be any different to what I imagine him to be. I didn't think it was possible to love somebody that you've never met before. But there's a lot of people that fall in love on the internet. There's people that fall in love all over the world for all different reasons. I just so happen to have fallen in love with a man on death row.
It's Michaela and Jodi's last phone call before she leaves for the US. But while she's excited about the meeting, Jodi is feeling insecure and nervous.
Now, what are you worried about me coming there?
Well, like I said, I told you before, though, you've got to be able to come in there and look at me. Like I said, you can come in there and look me in the eye and still tell me you love me, and I'll feel better.
So you're not going to settle until I get there, till I look you in the eye, until I say to you, I'm here. You're not going to be happy.
And that you love me.
Well, you know I love you, you dickhead.
Sometimes you put the phone down, you throw me across the room and everything.
It's lucky you're not in front of me.
You do get in your moods.
Well, I'm allowed them as well as you.
Yeah, but when...
And if I do chuck you across the carpet, it's because you deserved it.
But when is your mood going to end?
When's your mood going to end? You knew what I was going to say. Now you're laughing like Woody Woodpecker.
Hey! Hey, stop.
Hopefully, Michaela will soon be able to put Jodi's mind at ease. But before she leaves, like most girls about to meet their man for the first time, her mind is on what to wear. And there's an added pressure.
No short skirts. No shorts, definitely no shorts. No hot pants. That's it, basically. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but it's really difficult to find something to wear. I wouldn't be able to wear those because they're just too skin tight. They would see this as being provocative. Although it's not, it's quite pretty with a nice camisole under it. You know, something like this, for instance, you wouldn't be allowed to wear that because it's got bits of metal on. because you have to go through a metal detector, which is more sensitive than the airport's metal detector. So I can put those back. Oh, I want to make an effort for Jodi, of course I do. And I really do want to look nice. If I could be, yes, of course I would be sexually involved with Jodi. The last time I had sex must have been about 3 years ago. Yeah, about 3 years ago.
She's already worried about what underpants she's got to buy, what outfit she wants to wear. You know, not that I'm going to see underpants. I know she's nervous. She can say what she wants. But she is sitting there worried about her appearance and what she's going to wear and her hair. She's got to go shopping for some clothes. She's wearing a paper sack for all I care. I just want to see her.
But will they both be able to hold their nerve when they meet face to face? Over 3,000 miles away in Baltimore, USA, Michaela has finally arrived to see her death row fiancé. Despite speaking regularly on the phone and being together for almost 2 years, this is going to be the first time they meet. Jodi has been on death row for 12 years. In 2009, in the entire United States, 52 out of the 3,279 people on death row were executed.
One of the remarkable features, and it still shows that we're a frontier society at heart, is that we are really the only Western country, so to speak, that has maintained the death penalty. And when it comes to the level of executions, we are ranked annually with China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and other countries that we ought not be ranked with when it comes to the criminal justice system. So we're an outlier. When it comes to the use of capital punishment, we are not within the international norm. We're very much outside the international norm.
Baltimore City has one of the highest homicide counts in the US, but one of the lowest execution rates. In the last 30 years, of the 3,000 individuals who were given the death sentence, only 5 were executed. Jodi is one of 5 death row inmates in the Maryland Correctional Adjustment Center. In 2006, the Maryland Court of Appeals declared a suspension on executions.
It's been suspended because the state did not develop the rules about how you execute somebody consistent with Maryland law. That is, the nuts and bolts about how you kill somebody. They hadn't done that as required by state law. So our highest court said no executions in effect until you come up with rules that provide the most humane way possible of killing somebody. We're poised, hopefully, to abolish it. I hope we abolish it. I think there's a realistic chance of abolishing it in Maryland right now where there hasn't been in the past. But we'll have to see what happens in Maryland over the next 5 to 10 years.
Unless it is abolished, Jodi will remain on death row. Jodi is anxious about meeting his fiancée for the first time, but so far, Michaela isn't nervous at all.
Jodi still doesn't believe that I'm here. So he's going to have one mighty shot when I walk in there today, when I finally get through them doors. It's going to be fun, actually, just to see his reaction, see how he is face to face, first time. It's quite exciting, really. I'm not nervous. I probably will do once I get there, but right now I'm not nervous at all.
Jodi was found guilty of first-degree felony murder and robbery with a deadly weapon in 1998. He admits to the crime, but claims he felt threatened and acted in self-defense.
I'm not one of these inmates who claims I'm innocent. I'm not saying I'm innocent. I never said I was innocent. but the reasoning as to why I'm here was never brought out in court. It was never made public.
Robert Biddle has been representing Jodi for the past 2 years. During this time, he has collated new information, which he hopes to reopen Jodi's case with.
He suffered childhood trauma. He grew up in a broken home. He grew up in a very stressful home environment. He was a victim of sodomy and other acts by a male member of the community. Jodi's explained to our mental health professional, our psychiatrist, how in the situation that led to the murder that he was found guilty of, he was being pursued by a homosexual and followed to a park in an area which was frequently visited by homosexuals who were interested in having sexual encounters. He felt scared and frightened under the circumstances, and that he believed that he needed to act in self-defense to resist this gentleman's advances under the circumstances. And we argue that Jodi felt this way due to, in part, the abuse that he suffered as a young man, aged 11 to 14, growing up in his neighborhood. We've done independent investigation to verify and support the information that Jodi's provided.
Jodi's legal team have an appeal pending in front of the Maryland Court of Appeals.
At the present time, given the issues that we're pursuing and that are available, life with parole appears to be the most likely objective that we have.
If this is unsuccessful, other than being exonerated, the only option for Jodi would be life without parole. This is not something that Jodi wants, as it means he will be incarcerated until the day he dies.
You get at this point in your appeals where you finally get good lawyers, but you have to have them try and undo all the wrongdoing the other lawyers screwed up. So if they can get this in the courts and get this heard and get things done, I'm very, very hopeful that everything will turn out the way me and Michaela want them to.
After 2 years, Michaela's wait is finally over. She's on her way to meet her death row fiancé. And with the prison just minutes away, she's not feeling so confident.
I'm feeling really nervous, I'm feeling agitated, I'm feeling worried. So many mixed emotions. He worries about how he's going to feel about seeing me. Well, I think the feeling's mutual now, I really do. OK, we can't have, you know, physical contact, but at least we've got eye to eye, and that's the main thing. Because, you know, like he said to me before, once I see your eyes, I will know that you're not here for a game, you're not here to play with my emotions or my feelings or anything else. I'm here for real.
I cause the officers here enough stress as it is. Knowing that she's probably out there waiting and they haven't called me yet, I'll drive them insane. I'll pace the floor 14,000 times, because that's what I do. And I know the second they call me and say, Jodi, you got to visit, then I'm probably going to hit panic. I will panic till she gets in that door, looks me in the eye, and tells me she loves me, and then the panic will be over until the river's nearing its end, and then I'll panic again.
Visits are usually for 30 minutes. Because Michaela has travelled from the UK, she is allowed a 45-minute non-contact meeting with Jodi. Filming this meeting or an interview with Jodi is strictly prohibited by the prison.
Oh, gosh, it's so cold. That was a really good meeting. It was unbelievable. Didn't expect it to be the way it was, but it was great. It was a bit frightening at first, but I got past it. I'm in there now. Been in, I've seen him. and I can't wait for the next one. I think it took about 5 to 10 minutes for him to actually sit down and then just looked at me, just glared at me as if to say, I still can't believe you're here. But it was an experience. It was an experience. I fancied him. He's got the eyes to dream for. And his smile, and he just kept laughing. It was good to hear him laugh and see him laugh. I didn't realise how this would have affected me, and it has affected me dramatically.
Despite having a positive first meeting with Jodi, Michaela wasn't prepared for just how much of an emotional impact seeing him in prison would have. It's 4 a.m. and she's struggling to cope.
I'm not going to see Jodi again. I'm not. I don't think I can see him anymore because I know once I really, really put my mind to it, I'm going to hurt everybody, his lawyers, the courts, everything. And I know I am. I've got a big mouth. If I go back and see him again, I think it would completely break me. My head is just spinning. Poor Jodi.
After meeting her fiancé just once, could Michaela be considering going home? In Baltimore, USA, Michaela struggled to cope with her emotions after meeting her death row fiancé for the first time. The next day, she didn't go back and see Jodi, and she couldn't bring herself to leave her room. But after some time to really reflect, she's managed to come to terms with Jodi's situation and her feelings.
When I said, oh, I didn't want to go back, in my heart, of course I wanted to go back, but I felt like I was going to do more harm to him if I did go back. I just don't know what I was thinking. Of course I'm going to go back. I'm going to try and get in there as much as I can.
Seeing Jodi has made Michaela realise just how much he means to her. She wants to fight as hard as she can for him, so she's arranged a meeting with his lawyer to find out how she can help.
I'm not 100% up on Maryland laws, so I can only go by what he tells me. I'm hoping that he's got something for me. Do you feel hopeful for Jodi?
I do feel hopeful for Jodi. We've been able to uncover a number of important issues that are helpful to show that Jodi was not eligible for the death penalty, should not have received the death penalty, and he's not the type of defendant where the death penalty isn't anywhere near appropriate. We're optimistic that eventually the courts will share our point of view and will enter a just sentence for Jodi. What do you think, Michaela?
I am very, very hopeful. I want things to go his way.
And you've known Jodi for how long?
Around 2 years, coming up to 2 years.
And did you find initially that it took some time to get Jodi's trust?
Yes.
That's certainly been the experience of attorneys and other folks working with Jodi. And after, though, Jodi has found trust, I think that he's much more willing to open up. Do you think so?
Oh, I do. I definitely do. I definitely do. But there's things that Jodi has said to me which I wouldn't pass on to anybody else unless he says that's fine, because I don't want to take that trust away that he's actually built up with me.
I've done this work long enough to know that lawyers are not infallible, that they're not the source of all truth in cases, and that frequently clients or their families or friends or loved ones sometimes have excellent ideas that are absolutely essential to success in a case. And my ears are open, my door's open, and my email box is available. So please be in touch.
Well, that was very interesting. He's actually going to get me a transcript of the whole case, and he actually wants me to work with him on the case rather than against him. Really would like to see this get moving now.
Over the next 3 days, Michaela visits Jodi daily. Because she's travelled from the UK, she's allowed a month's worth of visits in 5 days. Before the execution ban came into place, the last death row prisoner to be killed in Maryland was in 2005. Every week, a group of opponents of executions gather outside the prison walls for a peaceful demonstration, and Michaela is keen to get involved.
Absolutely lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
What you're actually doing here, all you guys, is absolutely fantastic. How long have you been doing this?
We are disagreeing, but we think it's been a minimum of eight years or more, and it might be 12 or 15. It started, I think, with particular vigils when there was an execution,
Yeah.
Shortly before. But then it became a regular thing. So we are here 5 to 6 Monday evening throughout the year,
Yeah.
unless there's a holiday when there's no traffic, and there will be no point in being here. Yeah, yeah.
But what you're doing, well, it's quite emotional. I think you stop. I don't want to be emotional. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
I felt that it was very important that I came here to see these people and see what they do. You know, look at the weather. It's freezing cold. It's been snowing. There's ice on the floor. Yet these guys are that dedicated. They'll stand out here just to support what they believe is right.
Jodi is 40 years old. He's been incarcerated since he was 27. It's nearly Christmas, and for him, it's a very difficult time of the year. 23 years ago, on Christmas Eve, Jodi's car was hit by a drunk driver. His newborn baby twins were on board and didn't survive.
They died in my arms. There was nothing I could do to prevent it, stop it, save it. To watch your own children die and to know that you can't stop it, you can't change it, you can't fix it, but you feel that you're responsible for it. No matter, what anyone says, I will always feel responsible.
Before heading back to the UK, Michaela's travelled 66 miles away to Delaware. This was Jodi's hometown before he was incarcerated, and it's where his twins are buried.
I'm doing this for Jodi because he used to come here every Christmas Eve, and it's so near Christmas Eve. I thought because I'm here, I'll take this opportunity and do it for him. And as you can see around here, the snow's so deep and there's so many graves, and I really don't want to disturb any.
It shows a lot about who she is and her character and her heart. She wants to show them that, that they are still in my heart, and even though I can't be there, she will be there for me.
Well, I thought I'd come along today and just leave a few things here. But not just for Jodi's 2 children, but for all these children here, really. And I also brought along a little Santa Claus, which says, "We have no chimneys, please use this special key." And I just thought that would be nice for them too. I brought a cookie candle. It smells very, very sweet. It smells of cookies. And all kids love cookies at this time of year also. And also a candle is a sign of peace.
It's been a month since Michaela's trip to the US to meet her fiancé. Now back in England, her life is completely focused on fighting for Jodi's case.
Although we're like 5 hours in front, I still check my emails to see if the lawyers have got back to me about anything. I have actually got an email from the lawyers saying, wow, Michaela, it's 3 a.m. over there. What are you still doing up emailing me? And that's what I'm going to do. If it takes like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and something springs to mind and I'm not sleeping, I will go ahead and do it. The lawyers have been absolutely brilliant. I've got to admit that they've been really good. I'm very, very pleased with what's happened since I've been back. Maybe we can get a court date as soon as possible.
There has also been an improvement in the turbulent relationship between Michaela and her 22-year-old daughter, Fiona.
Things are much better between me and my mum since she came back from America. We've spoken a little bit about things and she's more open. Yeah, I am proud of my mum. It's not like a job to her. It's not something you can go out to work and come back home and forget about it. It's her life. She lives and breathes it every single day, and my mum believes in this. And not everyone's going to agree with it, but that's her choice. And if that makes her happy, then she should do it.
Despite spending her time working on Jodi's case, now back in England, he is once again just a voice at the end of the phone.
Are you okay?
I feel okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Just about.
Just about?
Just about.
Got your finger in your ear?
Is what?
Do you have your finger in your ear?
Oh, speak properly.
Yes, properly.
You're breaking up.
We are not breaking up. It's all in your mind. Who's gonna act over my knee?
Right, the phone sounds really crap, so I'm gonna have to go and eat my dinner, okay?
My voice does not sound like crap.
No, I said the phone.
You know the solution to that, right?
Yeah, hang up. I like to hear him on top form. I don't like to hear him miserable and down, but it's good to hear him laugh and joke, and he's been doing a lot more of that as well since I got home. And he's the one that actually pushes me on the phone, telling me I should go out, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Which I do go out, and I don't worry so much about getting his calls anymore. I don't worry if I'm going to miss his call, because I know he's going to ring back. He's going to keep ringing until he gets hold of me, but I don't worry so much now.
Meeting in the flesh has really strengthened Jodi and Michaela's relationship, and they are much more relaxed with one another. Michaela's prepared to fight for him for as long as it takes.
The ultimate goal would be for him, me and him, to walk hand in hand on the beach into the sunset. That is what I really would want to happen. But reality is fighting the courts, fighting the lawyers, fighting the people that hate people like me and other people who fight for death row inmates. That's reality. But I'm not in a rush. He's on death row. You can't be in a rush when you're on death row.
I could watch a TV show, and you see a couple walking down the street or sitting there talking or dancing or anything. and my mind automatically goes to me and her. It always goes to, you know, that's going to be us. We're going to do that. Then you hear, you know, a sad song, and you listen to the words, and you start thinking, I can't wait to just sit there and hold her hand, look into her eyes, and sing these words to her. Anything, just to be with her.